What's up guys, Mr. Audio here, and welcome back to another video. This video is kind of special. If you haven't noticed, I don't have any chairs, I'm not sitting down in the studio, and the lighting is quite different. Alright, well that's because I've been lying to you for the past 2 months, and these acoustic panels behind me here, they're actually empty. And I've been actually kind of planning this video for a while now because I've been waiting on fabric. See, what had happened was I ended up building these acoustic panels first, and they're great, they're good. They got rock wool in them. They're just some wooden frames with fabric stretched over it with rock wool in them, and they're just attached to the wall via a drywall anchor. Now this can hold up to 40 pounds on the drywall itself. I have some special ones hanging the ceiling cloud up, but I'll talk about that another time. So what I did to get the wood for these new panels back here is I talked to a local business actually, and I asked them if they had any pallets that they were looking to get rid of, because I knew this business imported materials that I knew came on pallets, and they had a bunch of pallets sitting outside that I assumed they weren't using. So I approached them and I asked, hey, could I take some of these pallets? So they said, oh yeah, we have people take them all the time. So they pointed me in the direction of the pallets I could take, and I found some wood sitting next to the pallets, and I asked, hey, could I take this instead? They said, for sure. So this is what I ended up taking, some 4x1s in a weird kind of thin frame. I'm guessing it was to hold down material via straps, and I'm guessing this is like the corner protectors of the material, you know what I mean? So I took those and I decided I wanted to repurpose them and make them into something like this. Now, I use finishing nails. By all means, as you can see, it's very not pretty. It's not pretty at all, but it does the job. It holds its own weight, and I'm gonna stretch fabric over it just like this. So you're going to stretch fabric over it with a staple gun preferably. That works best. This is just going to hang on the wall by itself with rock wool in it. Now, I had a friend that had some rock wool, so he gave me some, and this is 4-inch thick rock wool. And I'm actually very happy to have 4-inch thick rock wool. I might try to reconfigure some of this acoustic treatment I have in here right now, but it fits perfectly in this 1x4 frame. So I'm going to show you how I stretch fabric over the frames and use a staple gun to secure it in place. Then I'm going to use gloves while I'm cutting rock wool to fit them in these acoustic panels here. Now, I'm also going to build a couple more acoustic panels, and this room's going to look a little bit different on the next video, and I might do a tour of it, which I have not done yet, and I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't done a tour, but that is coming in the very near future. It's just one room that I've treated pretty well.
She set me down on the gun.
And now, after all that work, we have a nice big frame. And even after vacuuming, still get cat hair everywhere. My cats love this studio. If you're a cat lover and you have a recording studio, let me know in the comments. Sorry I'm out of breath. Holy crap. Whew. A lot of work. Now we're gonna fill them with rock wool, alright? So, I got the rock wool up here, and you can criticize me on whatever rock wool you want to use and tell me what rock wool I should use, but this was free, so free is me. I always try to find the most cost-effective DIY solutions to acoustic treatment or any studio gear necessary for me to do what I need to do. Now I'm going to show you how to deal with rock wool. It's best to have some gloves, probably not a sweatshirt on. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to get your gloves on. Now before you get any rock wool dust on the floor, I want you to lay the thing that you're putting rock wool in on the ground. Make sure you vacuumed, because if you're using black, any dirt or hair will come up onto the surface and it's not going to be a pleasant look. Alright, so I'm going to cut this open. I got my gloves on. Now, there are 5 sections of rock wool in this package. I'm only going to be using 4 for what I'm doing here. There'll be a 1 extra, and I'm not sure what to do with it. So,
my mind can't explain myself this time. I made it worse. Well, I think that we both know that it's time for me to go. I won't feed you any lines I didn't rehearse. And I just want some time alone, so don't you call me on the phone. I've said what's on my mind, I've made it clear. And I promise I'll be fine, 'cause I'm not coming back this time. You can't talk to me with that tone, I can't stay here.
keep in mind, the denser the rock wool is, the more bass frequencies it's going to cover. So now this is ready to hang. Nice. A little thick, but definitely effective. All right. I suppose I should probably like film what I'm doing down here, huh? All right, so I'm gonna show this one more time because I didn't get it on video the other times. I was just talking and not paying attention to what was on film. Needs to be straightened out, of course. Well, as you can see behind me here, we got the panels back up on the wall, as well as another panel over here. This one will eventually be a bass trap. I don't have rock wool for it yet, but I will soon. I hope you take away from this video that you can at least get your materials pretty cheap if you're creative, like sourcing pallet wood from local businesses. This will help lower your cost in treating your room by a lot. Wood is probably the most expensive part right now. Rock wool isn't that expensive. You can find some pretty decent prices on rock wool, and fabric is actually pretty cheap too. Walmart is loaded with fabric. Just make sure you get the same type of fabric for all of your panels, unless you want it to be mismatch. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you use these techniques to build your own acoustic treatment for your own studio, and I hope you're able to get free wood out of this too. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? All right, as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Mr. Audio, out.